2:35, August 28th. I'm Alexander Sir Janimo on the right hand, Penguin Duck birthmark. Yeah, so this Illuminati president jazz, there's some game or world I was supposed to see that I never saw. And a bunch of shitbags stole property I was supposed to gain access to or be told about that I never did. And there was also some game I was supposed to agree to that I never even got to speak to anyone about or agree to or make rules for or something weird. This is what they tell me via telepathy. They've been telling me little bits and details about this whole weird jazz over 5 years and 6 months. But there was stuff I was supposed to see that I never got a hold of, and kids stole stuff and then ran some game and world illegally without my permission or input to run a slander campaign for shitbags who were trying to steal whatever was mine. So that's a key piece of this. So that's another piece of this. So I've never seen this game or world, never ran it, so I'm not responsible for whatever these terrorists were doing with whatever they stole. I didn't even get to meet the people or meet the people who were supposed to show me this game or world. Didn't get to see anything, so that's a key point. But I've been being told little bits and pieces of a story about all this since late 2017 into the present. More so, they started telling me more details late 2018 into 2019. But there's all sorts of lying going on. They've been trying to do some Illuminati cover-up and cover up the real truth, as they put it. But I don't even know who's orchestrating. I don't even know if it's really the Illuminati trying to do the cover-up or these posers and frauds who are trying to murder me for my own life, money, and property who have been trying to carry out this cover-up. But that's a key piece of this. But like I've been saying, and no one spoon-fed me information, data has been flowing through my brain via telepathy. 12 to 17 hours a day for 5 years and 6 months. It's slowed down a lot more now. But this data was not even in order, and it was just like data overload, 12 to 17 hours a day, as I explained in some of my videos. And I had to slowly put pieces of stuff together that I didn't know anything about. Some from experience and weird occurrences. Like one time I was at Brooklyn Methodist, and I was supposed to say, I was giving a presentation about a patient. I was going to say a diabetic gastroparesis as a diagnosis, and one of the doctors raced me to say and said, "Oh, diabetic gastroparesis," and then he said right after this, I said it first. I said it before you, blah, blah, blah. You didn't get the diagnosis. And I was sitting here wondering, what the hell is this guy talking about? Didn't even get it. It was really weird. I just remember making a note of this, wondering, what the hell is this guy talking about? But another weird thing is right after that, I walked outside and he talked to some other doctors, and another doctor said, "Did he say it out loud?" And this was like 2016 when I was at Brooklyn Methodist in a GI rotation for clinical rotations. I was wondering why he said that. It didn't make sense. Why was he worried about me saying it out loud? What I later put together is I think some of those guys were implanted with a neural implant, and maybe they were wondering why I said it. Did he say it out loud? And they were wondering who could have heard it. And maybe they didn't put together it was a neural implant and telepathy, and maybe they thought it was an audio bug or something. And that's why they were all trying to figure out, did he say it out loud? Because they maybe thought people were eavesdropping or something. So that's my theory. So I put that piece together years after. I didn't even understand that in 2016. But I remember after receiving all this information over 5 years and 6 months, I'd put it together maybe in like 2021, 2022-ish. But yeah, all this. So that's what the point is. Like a lot of this information I receive, some stuff doesn't register or click until maybe a year, sometimes 2 years later. And then it fits together. And that's what I've basically been doing. If you look at my DOJ letter, you'll see what I've been constructing. I haven't stopped adding, but it's slowed down a shit ton. But I've got 116 key points about some of these people involved in terrorism. And there are 116 key steps that their terrorist agendas and plot. And then a shit ton. I've got maybe 7,000 pages worth of information I've been logging, 3 DOJ letters. I wrote the first one in 2019. So what you got to, some of these guys who are pretending to be the Illuminati aren't. These guys are a bunch of posers and frauds and terrorists pretending to be the Illuminati, I guess, who infiltrated it or something. A bunch of evildoers with zero respect for human life and exude pure ignorance. So that's a key point. Anti-Illuminati. But that's a key piece of this. And then they've all been just stalking me and stealing ideas and pretending my thoughts and ideas and this and that are theirs, even my arguments for like 5 years and 6 months. So they all harvest from the device of my brain. And there's some terrorists running a new age mind slavery ring around this device of my brain and selling access to the device. And they're all stealing my data, thoughts, and ideas and pretending they're theirs. So that's another piece of this. Because there's all these people who know about stuff involving my life pertaining to whatever this Illuminati jazz is that no one will tell me about. And I guess they're all trying to pretend my life is theirs so they can steal. And then they're all exploiting me and practicing New Age mind slavery and making money off of my thoughts, ideas, and data illegally. And then even pretending my thoughts, ideas, and data are theirs, I guess, to curry favor or influence. So that's another key piece of this. And even pretending my contributions to society are theirs, like my bringing sight to the blind ideas, the letters I wrote to law enforcement about these terrorists and these New Age mind slavery practitioners and these people that threaten humanity, I guess, who were imposters, who stole the technology, amongst other stuff, and endangered humanity with their stupidity. So that's a piece of this. Um, Also, there are people stealing like my backup gene ideas, different weird science ideas. They were even stealing my ideas before they were even complete. Like I just start a thought and they just steal it and throw it in and start acting like it worked or something. So they left me with some psychopaths who they pretend are affiliated with me, who aren't, who harvest from my brain, and they prevent me from, communicating in some realm I'm supposed to have access to. And they just sit there misrepresenting me and stealing stuff before it's complete, peddling lies, misrepresentation, saying an idea is finished when it's not finished, and just saying it worked. And there's all sorts of weird shit going on. But it basically is a slander campaign, and they're letting these weirdos hold me hostage and just misrepresent me all day. And they harvest from me via telepathy, or they just make shit up a lot of the time. But that's a key piece of this. So someone's hiring these terrorists to hold me hostage and peddle slander and misrepresent me in some realm. Probably some of the key people hiring these terrorists are the people pretending my life is theirs as some Illuminati president. So those are key suspects. The people hiring these terrorists holding me hostage via this neural implant are probably some of the key frauds pretending to be the Illuminati and pretending to be the supposed president, as well as people stealing my intellectual property. Those are key people hiring terrorists. If you see all my ideas, corporate custom security, borders, paths, backup gene, bringing sight to the blind, gene selective targeted controlled activation, protein selective controlled activation, gene selective integration, all sorts of random ideas I've been making, various satellite ideas, a lot of satellite defense ideas, defense against telepathy, defenses against implantation. They've all been stealing from me and pretending my ideas are theirs. So those are probably key people hiring these terrorists to hold me hostage and commit these crimes, run their slander campaigns and commit crimes on me. Bet my life on it. Praise Jesus.